Hello everyone, today I will be showing you how I did this portrait. So this is my first time using charcoal powder and graphite powder, and here are the materials that I will be using for this practice. So this isn't actually a piece, but more of a practice on values, proportions, and also using the powder. I'm pretty excited, so let's see how it goes. So first, let's do the block in. So I don't have any formal training when it comes to art, so everything that you will see in my channel or any other social media platforms of my studies and pieces that they do are self-taught. And I watched multiple videos in portrait making, and I find that blocking in the shapes is what is easier for my brain. So there are many ways on how to make portraits, but I find that this is the easiest one that my brain can understand. And I find that art is really fascinating because there are multiple ways on how to create something from scratch. So imagine having just a piece of paper and a pencil, and you can create something so nice. And I hope everyone gets into art as opposed to the AI slop that some people are getting into. So when it comes to blog in, I try to map out the general shape of the person that I'm making a portrait of. And I don't think I'm a master of it. I'm not that good at it at this time. But then I learned that, or I read somewhere, that perfection is kind of boring because there's no variety, no spice. So I try to think about that whenever I pressure myself into making something perfect. So hopefully that helps you too. So as I've said, this is my first time using charcoal and graphite powder. And at this point of the video, I am using a graphite powder with an old makeup sponge. Someone told me to share things that I can share with other people with the skills that I have. And my purpose is not to inspire anybody, but if that happens, then I guess that's great. But it's more of like a documentation or maybe a journal for myself, so I can see my art journey as I go through life and as I study it. And I think it would be nice to see improvements along the way if the universe would let me. And hopefully you can come along with me as I discover myself and express myself through art, and how I see it and how I study it and how I express it on this channel. So throughout this video, you will be seeing me use these Faber-Castell pencils. These are the Pitt Graphite matte pencils, and they were given to me as a gift. And I just realized that while editing this video, I tend to use the things that were given to me as gifts as opposed to the things that I bought for myself, which is, it's not a surprise nor is it a disappointment. It's just more of a realization, and I don't know, maybe I'll realize a lot of things along the way. You'll see me use different types of tools because I wanted to see what would work well for me. I don't know if this medium is going to be my most loved medium at this time because I really liked painting digitally. But when I looked at my digital paintings, I can see a lot of room for improvements when it comes to proportions and values. So that's why I decided to use graphite and charcoal so I can practice values more, if that makes any sense. And I'm really into those academic drawings that I see on YouTube and Instagram. And I just wanted to see if I can learn that, or maybe take inspiration from those types of drawings and art, because I don't think I can really do those things without a mentor or like a formal education. But I don't know, maybe someone here has done academic drawing by themselves. Also, as you can see, charcoal is actually very messy. Either that or I'm just not a very organized artist. So if you have any ideas on how to lessen the mess, please comment down below. But I think in the middle of this video, you will see me use gloves or a glove on my right hand. And I thought I did a good job in lessening the mess on my hands when I used it, but it's kind of warm to use it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So anyway, when it comes to drawing, it's always important to do things in layers. But then sometimes I forget that, and then I just go ahead and put all those dark values without layering them. I think that's because I'm used to painting digital, and it's way easier to not layer that much when I use Procreate, and it's easier to erase them, you know? And one thing that I notice is that, or an area of improvement for this is that I have to use a different kind of paper, because this paper is more for sketching with graphite, I believe. And I don't know, or I don't remember where I got this. I think it was from Fully Booked, but I don't know the brand. I don't know the GSM, but it's quite thin, so there's not a lot of tooth in it, so it's not that forgiving when it comes to erasing. But I find that it holds the powders quite well or something. So if you have any kind of advice for me when it comes to papers dealing with charcoal and graphite mediums, please comment them down below. This video, by the way, is sped up 3 times. So as you can see, I really took my time making this. I don't know if I should practice drawing quickly, because I'm the type to take my time on almost everything. But I did watch some videos where artists would give themselves like a timer and then draw a portrait or just practice. And they find that drawing quickly with the amount of time that you give yourself to actually help them improve more on their drawing. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that exercise in the future. I probably will, but I will find more videos on it so I can learn. And also, I would like to apologize for the poor lighting. I wanted to film in the afternoon, because I really like the golden light from the sunset. What do you call that? The golden glow? No. I forgot. But you guys know that. But it's been raining really, really frequently and really hard the past week in the Philippines. So the Philippines is where I'm from. And if you're watching this from another country, a country that is not ravaged by thunderstorms and corruption, please pray for my country. And I find that art is really a form of therapy for me, because during personal turmoil and also living in this quite a horrific country, to be honest, art actually makes me pull myself back and also delve into my whole persona and also just express my soul, which I find is cathartic and therapeutic and also makes me hopeful. So to anyone who's finding themselves in a difficult situation, I hope you can find something that can help you deal with dark things. So I had a lot of trouble with the right eye of this model. I think one factor is that the portrait is really small. Like it's even smaller than my hand because I just wanted to practice and I thought making it small would be easier. But then I figured it was harder because the details are really hard to put on a portrait. So the next time that I do some practice portraits, I'll probably do a little bit bigger than this. Yeah, maybe the whole page, or maybe like bigger than that. So I have to think about that in the future. I was just thankful that it wasn't the focal point of the portrait. I think the focal point are the eyes. And I think that's what most photos or portrait photos do. They find a focal point, and most commonly, that focal point is the eyes. So, yeah. And I do have an inspiration for this portrait, and it's an artist that I recently discovered who uses dry brush techniques. And I have yet to purchase dry brushes because after this video I thought that sponges would probably make me feel more at ease. But then I am gonna try to purchase brushes for charcoal or graphite in the future. And I wanted to share with you the artist's name, and his name is, I think he's Russian or Ukrainian, I believe. Yes, so his name is Pankov Roman. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is Russian. I didn't bother to check, so I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, he makes really great portraits using the dry brush technique, and that's how I got inspired, actually. Mostly inspired when I did this, and when I also purchased the charcoal powder and the graphite powder. So yeah. So when I was younger, when I was drawing people, mostly women, I always have fun drawing the hair. And even when I use different kinds of medium, I had a phase where I really liked using ink. I would have fun using or drawing the hair. And until now, while editing this, I think I really had a lot of fun drawing the hair. But then I thought that maybe it was too obvious. What's the word for it? I had to blur it a bit because it was taking too much attention away from the face, at least from my perspective. So yeah. Aside from the hair, I also like drawing the eyes. I guess it's because it's my favorite part of my body or my face. I don't know. How about you? Are there specific parts of the head or the face that you like drawing, or particularly have more fun drawing? So we're nearing the end of this video, and if you've reached this part, I'm really grateful for you and for your attention span. Or if you skipped, that's fine too. And I hope only good things happen to you from here on out. And hopefully, when I upload the next one, you'll be there too. And see you soon. Bye.